this is the first look underneath the car. Did I just say car? I meant truck. Ah, that's interesting actually. So this is the steering box right here, because that's the steering column. And it only drives the left side wheel, like the driver's side front wheel. And then connected to the driver's side front hub is this linkage right here. And it connects to the other wheel. It's pretty neat. Definitely leaking a little bit of oil. And I think that's what I was noticing on the ground. There's just a little bit of an oil leak either from there or here. It's one of the two. I'm pretty sure it's the front one. We're definitely leaking oil from somewhere up here. But we're pretty much just down here to free all some nuts and bolts, and then basically get an inspection underneath this. I do think that we need an exhaust. I think I noticed a hole in it. I just gotta remember where I might have noticed that. Oh yeah, it's just right here at the end. Which, we love a good old exhaust that's held on by a piece of wire. Not bad. I mean, I think we got a little bit here at the end, at the U-joint. Whether that's the differential seal or just grease from the U-joints. Other than that, it looks pretty good under here. I mean, yeah, it's rusty. This truck is very old. Let's see, 1963 to 2025. Subtract 2 years, that gives you, what? 62 years old in total? So, definitely have some wiring to go through. Like, there's no license plate lights, which I'm sure is probably what this wire is, just pulled out. Forgot, do we have taillights on this thing? We do. We do. They're just cracked, no big deal. Yeah, let's get throwing some penetrating fluid on all the nuts and bolts that I can see. Make sure y'all wear your safety glasses, because I know I am. I've sprayed myself in the eye with this stuff before. It don't feel good. The next thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to lower this down now that I have sprayed some penetrating fluid on all the nuts and bolts that I could readily see. We're going to bring this down and we're going to check the brakes on the truck. Alright, so just for reference, what we're going to do here when I'm bleeding the brakes, so here you have your bleeder valve, which is connected to your brake line, and your brake lines all run up to the master cylinder. So all we're going to do here is just throw on a closed end wrench and then the bleeder boot for the vacuum. This is the same thing that we used when doing the clutch on the Z. I'm just going to crack it open, and then we have our handheld vacuum. So we're just pulling vacuum right now, which tells me that the bleeder valve isn't open enough. So we might have to open this more than what we think. So I mean, that should be open there. So we'll try pulling our brake fluid through it again, or see if we're just gonna pull vacuum. Still just pulling vacuum, which means we're not open through the fitting. Which means we probably need a new bleeder fitting, or maybe just to clean this one up. We're gonna take this and go clean this up. Let's see if I can show this to the camera. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna go clean this up real quick and then we'll be right back. So I cleaned out the bleeder valve. Let's see what happens now. I'm gonna go check to see if we're drawing brake fluid through the line or not. And we are not. So I'm gonna unscrew that valve a lot more. Alright, well, I guess then we're gonna have to try the old-fashioned way. We're gonna go try and push the pedal and see what happens. Oh, we started to get crusty, nasty brake fluid through, so. Alright, so now, let's open this and then dump it. I definitely need to go check the reservoir. So my thoughts are that we probably need a new drum cylinder in there. All right, well, I think that one's all tightened back up. And I'm pretty much gonna repeat that on last 3 wheels. So for reference, this is the driver's side rear. I had to pull the leader plug in order to be able to bleed these brakes. It was plugged just like the passenger side rear one, the one that we just did. So I think we're gonna need a new master cylinder. It's actually, what I didn't notice was that it was leaking a lot from the firewall, which would explain why it still seems like we were pulling so much air out of the passenger side rear, and it just like kept bubbling up a lot. Is I definitely think that the master cylinder has probably gone bad. But just because I want to see what's going to happen, because I would like to have some brakes on this when I drive it around, is let's crack this loose with the bleeder cup on it. So I got a little bit of fluid coming out of it, actually. So let's see what happens when I hook up the vacuum. It has been a few hours. I've been dealing with a problem of just not being able to bleed these brakes. And I think that part of that boils down to the master cylinder is just leaking. I apologize, it is much later than when we started recording. It's just leaking right there. And I'm pretty sure that that's not allowing me to fully bleed the brakes. And then it's sweating a lot, like from the lid, which that just might be from you overfilling it. But this was the brake fluid level sensor that was getting wet at the same time that the fitting was getting wet for the brakes. I'm inclined to believe we just need a new master cylinder. I mean, this thing's small. Look at the size of my hand, and look at the size of this master cylinder. It's small. I don't know why it would be this small, but we'll probably figure something else out for that.